Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a corner of Sri Lanka that a lot of people miss. A place that's just bursting with raw, untamed biodiversity. We are pulling back the curtain on Wasgamuwa National Park. So let me ask you this. Are you looking for an adventure that feels genuinely wild? You know, a place where the tourist trail kind of fades away and real exploration kicks in. If you're tired of crowds and want something truly authentic, you're in the right place. We're heading to Wasgamuwa National Park. And believe me, this place promises so much more than just a few wildlife photos. It offers a real connection to nature in one of its purest forms. So, let's get into what makes this place tick. Okay, first things first. Where in the world is this hidden gem, and what's the landscape like? Let's get our bearings before we jump in. Wasgamuwa is this massive expanse right in Sri Lanka's central province. We're talking almost 370 square kilometers. And that size is so important because it's not just one thing. It's this beautiful mix of forests, open grasslands, and wetlands, all woven together. This creates a kind of natural superhighway for wildlife to just roam and thrive. Now, while the park is just teeming with all kinds of life, there's one resident that really defines the whole Wasgamuwa experience. It's the park's main claim to fame, and honestly, it's the reason so many people seek this place out. 150 to 200. This number, well, it says it all really. Wasgamuwa is home to a permanent, year-round herd of about 150 to 200 Sri Lankan elephants. This isn't just a place they pass through, it's their sanctuary. And that stability is exactly why your chances of having a truly unforgettable encounter here are so high. So why here? What is it about Wasgamuwa that makes it the perfect spot for elephants? Well, it was specifically set up as this huge, safe conservation area. The Mahaweli River gives them a constant, life-giving source of water, and its location makes it a crucial corridor for wildlife migration. It's like the perfect storm of conditions for these gentle giants to really flourish. But as absolutely spectacular as the elephants are, they're really just one piece of a much, much larger puzzle. A really complex ecosystem. This park is a true world of wildlife. So beyond the elephants, this place is just buzzing with activity. You might get lucky and spot an elusive leopard, or see wild boar and sambar deer moving through the trees. And if you look up, the branches are alive with primates like the toque macaw and gray langur. Down by the water, you've got monitor lizards and crocodiles. And hey, even the national bird, the Sri Lankan jungle fowl, calls this place home. It's a living, breathing showcase of the island's incredible animals. And for all you birdwatchers out there, you're going to want to pay attention to this number. We're talking over 150 different bird species that have been recorded right inside the park's borders. It is a true paradise for anyone with a pair of binoculars. We've mentioned it a couple of times already, but there's one feature that's so important to this park that it really deserves its own moment in the spotlight. It is the single most critical element that keeps this entire ecosystem going. The Mahaweli River is not just some pretty background scenery. It is literally the park's lifeblood. It's Sri Lanka's longest river, and it carves its way right through Wasgamuwa, feeding the forests, filling up the water holes where all the animals gather, and basically supporting the entire region. This land also has such a deep history. For centuries, this whole area around the Mahaweli River was a cradle for ancient Sri Lankan civilizations. That historical importance was officially recognized back in 1984 when Wasgamuwa became a national park. Its future was dedicated to protecting the incredible ecosystems that have been thriving here for thousands of years. Okay, so by now you're probably thinking, this sounds absolutely amazing, but how do I actually go and experience it? So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the practical side of planning your own adventure to Wasgamuwa. You know, timing is everything, and your choice really depends on what you're after. For the absolute best chance at spotting wildlife, you want to aim for the dry season, so that's May through September. That's when animals gather around the last few water sources. But if you're picturing these super lush green landscapes and feeling like you have the park all to yourself, then the wet season offers a totally different kind of magic. So, what's a day here actually look like? Well, the main event is definitely a guided jeep safari. You go deep into the park, either at dawn or at dusk when the animals are most active. But the adventure doesn't have to stop there.
You can spend hours birdwatching, try to capture that perfect photo during the golden hour. Or, for a completely different vibe, join a guided nature walk to really appreciate all the smaller wonders of the ecosystem on foot.
Visiting a place like this is a huge privilege, and that means we also need to understand the work that goes into protecting it. Because, let's be honest, this paradise faces some very real challenges. The challenges here are pretty significant. You've got human-wildlife conflict, which is a constant issue as elephants get close to farmland. That's being managed by creating these buffer zones. Then there's the ever-present threat of poaching, which is fought by really dedicated ranger patrols. And of course, there's habitat destruction, which requires constant preservation work. The main takeaway here is that keeping Wasgamuwa wild takes active daily effort. And all this brings us to a final, really crucial thought. As more and more people discover these hidden gems, the pressure on them naturally grows. It leaves us with a big question to think about. What is our role, as visitors, as admirers, in making sure that a place like Wasgamuwa doesn't just survive, but continues to thrive as a truly wild sanctuary for generations to come? Thank you for joining us on The Explainer.